Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of the Alter Ego Podcast. I'm your host, Jak Austin. With me, as always, is Mr. Ryan.
How's it going? How are you today, sir?
Oh, it's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
Beautiful Valentine's Day.
That's right. Happy Valentine's Day, everybody. Oh, Miss Megan, my Valentine, how are you?
Oh, you know.
I wish I did.
So to get you flowers and chocolate, a card, all that dumb Valentine bullshit.
That's my comment for the day. Hey, ladies, what did you get your man for Valentine's Day? Mine got me a card and something that I don't want to talk about that nobody else could get me. She got me one of those very unique items.
You're making it sound dirty. That
nobody else could get me. It's not dirty. It's actually pretty cool. But I don't want to talk about it.
It's nerd related.
Yeah, very nerd related. Ryan knows what it is. He may not know that he knows, but he knows.
I was going to say, I kind of want to know what it is.
Yeah, he knows what it is. Anyway,
you're not going to tell him?
Let's not talk about that.
Why?
Not going to tell him?
About the...
Not them.
Valentine present?
No, I can't tell them about it.
Your Luigi amiibo?
Oh, that's right. That's
like,
another
why
thing
is that a big secret?
Oh, okay. Sorry, I was talking about something else.
Wow.
And he knows what I'm talking about.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
He knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and then it made sense. But you got a Luigi amiibo, huh?
That's right. I did. It was.
and
I
a
forgot.
Really nice card.
It was secondary to the really, really nice thing that I.
Was it a Smash amiibo?
Yeah.
You know what else I did?
Where'd you find the Luigi?
Thank you.
On Mercari or Mercury or whatever it's called.
Yeah.
So what else I did today was I went to Publix and I got us a really awesome strawberry covered cheesecake. And I was going to get us a slice each.
For us.
I was going to get us a slice each because usually we do surf and turf here at home.
Yeah.
And it was obviously the Super Bowl weekend and we cooked dinner together and made steaks and all that on Saturday. So we kind of already did all that and decided just to not. So I go and I get us dessert, and I was going to get us the single slices with the strawberries and a little bit of whipped cream, and then I saw that there was a full cake, and it had strawberries all over it, and it had like pecans, or maybe not pecans, almonds. There was some sort of nut on it as well, and it looked really pretty. And I was like, for $2 more, I can get us a full cake so I can share it with the kids, because, Valentine's, I'll do something nice for them. So I'm on my way home. Somebody slams on their brakes in front of me, and that motherfucker ended in the floor of my passenger side of my Jeep, which was just awesome. Ugh. Luckily, it was in a container, so still edible, but good God, it was beautiful, and now it's not.
I'm surprised you went to Publix and didn't walk out with a pub sub. Every time.
Ugh.
I just can't. Ever since I saw this meme talking about that, about subs, I was like, that Subway has casually made it, air quotes, healthy for you to eat a loaf of bread. I'm just like, damn, I look at subs differently now. I'm just like, damn, they really did. Like, look at this guy lost all this weight eating a loaf of bread a day.
Yeah.
God dang.
The irony is I actually gained a bunch of weight.
Yeah.
That's how I bulked up and got to 200 or not 190 when I was lifting back in the day.
Well, that's a different story, because when we're lifting, we're needing a lot of. This is not nerd news. Anyway, you know what else is not nerd news? Ford Supply Company. This episode of Alter Ego is sponsored by Ford Supply Company, and I'm not going to read the rest of their ad until they get me a new one.
I was going to say, don't you give
into that.
Since
like Citrus IPA and Tropical Tea Good.
Not even those.
They've got the...
or as I just got done using, the sandalwood. The gentleman.
Sandalwood, that's my favorite one,
right.
the gentleman. And then they have the Carver around Thanksgiving and October, and that's like months away. And they have Evergreen around Christmas time. They've got all sorts of stuff. And I feel like something new is coming for the summer, but who knows?
Well, you definitely shouldn't visit their website at FordSupply.com and use Alter Ego as a promo code to get 10% off your order. You shouldn't do that because it's Ford soap. It's real soap.
No bullshit.
No bullshit.
None. Not a little.
Oh, boy.
I actually have to re-up. Got
You
in the shower.
need to talk to the soap Don.
You said that like a week ago, so I'm worried for you.
Soap Don.
I didn't. because I actually found another bar that was somewhere else, and so I'm like, oh,
mystery
okay,
bar.
Yeah.
Mystery bar. Was it the Franken bar that you made?
No, the Franken bar's done.
Oh,
These are the bits. I used that thing for a good while. I'm trying to build another one now.
For those of you who don't know, the Franken bar is the many, many bars of soap that Ryan has used that congealed in the soap tray, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yeah,
Well, when
he
they get
takes all the
kinda
little
too
bits
small.
when they're too
Yeah.
small, and then he smushes them all together,
Yeah,
and then
smush
it's a
them together.
Franken bar of like 8 different scents.
That sounds awful.
It's magical.
Not going to lie.
You know what else is magical?
What?
Tony Anello's. And they have really good cheesecake, probably way better than the one that was smushed in the bottom of my
And
Jeep.
speedy recovery to Nello and Laura over at Tony and Nello's. They got themselves the Rona. Hopefully they feel better very soon.
It's a hidden gem that is family owned and operated on the outskirts of St. Petersburg at 1136 Pinellas Bayway South, Tierra, Florida. Tierra Verde, Florida. Must try homemade Italian lunch or dinner or tomorrow's breakfast. Doesn't matter. You can eat whatever you want. Just remember to bring your appetite because the portions are very generous. You'll be eating that shit for days.
And I see your cheesecake, and I raise you the cannelloni.
Oh.
Not cannelloni. Oh, what is it?
Oh, the cannoli.
Cannoli.
No,
Yeah.
and it has nothing to do with Tony Anello's. Their cannoli is very good, but I have a very sensitive stomach when it comes to sweets, and cannoli is just known to be too sweet. So
She's like, I don't like sweets, but this strawberry covered cheesecake out in the Jeep, it's so good.
yeah, well,
It is now a
I
crash
get it, though.
test dummy.
I'm kind of like her. I don't really do a lot of sweets,
Yeah, me
but
neither.
I love cheesecake.
yeah.
Like, especially, like, even if it's just plain.
Yeah.
It's not nearly as sweet.
Yeah.
It's one of those that actually I think you can screw it up by adding too much stuff to it.
Yeah.
Leave the cheesecake to be cheesecake.
Yeah,
Yep.
you can put just a little bit. You can like eat it with some strawberries, maybe just a little drizzle of chocolate, but really you can leave it as is.
Yeah. This was a big week for previews for all kinds of
Lots of
stuff.
stuff.
Obviously, we just had the most recent Super Bowl. For those who were listening back in time, it was the Bengals versus the Rams, but we're not going to talk about that. You can listen to Cigar City Sports Podcast if you want to hear more about that and hear more of me and Ryan.
Shameless plug.
But there were lots and lots of things going on. I know there might not be a lot of Super Bowl enthusiasts that listen to this show. However, there was plenty of content for you if you like Super Bowl commercials.
It's one of those things where I feel like everybody watches the Super Bowl for the most part, even if they don't care about football or sports in any capacity.
Too many celebrities there, too many the commercials. The halftime show is a big thing, and people love to hear whoever it is shout, "I'm going to Disney World" at the end.
My mother-in-law was watching it.
Yeah.
Her husband, I'm like, when do you guys don't watch football?
Right.
But, I mean, it's an event. So,
It's a spectacle for sure.
It really is.
It's a measuring stick for a lot of other shows out there.
Yeah, just a way to sell commercials.
Yeah, that's true. So that was some fun, good things that happened. But I'm going to start with video game news this week. DC normally kicks us off because they have almost nothing. And this week is no exception. They're up next. Don't you worry. But I want to start off with an interesting piece of news that I saw.
Would you say their section will be over in a flash?
Hey, that was well done. I'll give you that. A Russian teen was jailed for plotting to blow up a Russian government building. Him and 4 other teens were plotting to blow up a Russian government building.
Is this a
You're
video
sitting
game?
here like, wait, what? Is this video game news? Yes. The
What?
building was in Minecraft. It was a Minecraft building, and this kid was plotting to blow it up in the game, and they gave him 5 years in jail
What?
for that.
This is Russia.
This is Russia.
First of
They
all,
don't fuck around.
why would you build a universe like that is so like parallel to reality that would cause some kid to say, you know what, I don't fucking like the government. So for fun, I'm going to blow it up in a video game. And then, then I won't do it in real life. I'm just going to put that shit behind me. Why would you build an exact parallel universe to the fucking Russian government into a video game and then assume that nobody is going to fuck around and find out?
Or maybe
Yeah.
he just wanted to blow it up in the video game, and they took it the wrong way.
Right.
Sure, I was going a little bit more extreme, but I'm just saying, why
My man
would
Ryan
you even?
said, "This is Russia, baby. You're not wrong."
That's it.
Russia operates just a little bit differently than us, and I was saying all those Russian teams have been playing GTA for all these years are looking around like, "Oh shit." They got this guy for wanting to blow up the thing. I got this hooker in the game and killed her, left her in the trunk, and blew up put the car on the train tracks and let it get run over. The cops are coming for me, man.
I was gonna say, it's funny because that's what GTA used to just be known for, was like the whole hooker aspect.
Just raping hookers, and
you don't rape them, you pay them.
What?
That's true. You do pay them.
Just decides if you want to be a nice guy or not, and let them walk away with them after they kill them.
That was one of the things that I remember
and then pickpocketing them and taking your money back.
I remember being in middle school. Not pickpocketing. There's no pickpocketing in GTA. You kill them, and those dollar bills just float up by their body.
Whatever. So you just run them over and you just take your money back. I just
remember a friend of mine showing me that he was picking up a hooker in the game, and me going, "This is weird." And then him pulling off to a side area.
And then the car
and all of a sudden the car starts going, and I'm like, what am I fucking watching? And he's like, dude, check it out. And I'm like, I don't want to be checking this out in here with you. And then she gets out and he's like, no, check this out. And he walked up and killed her. I was like, you're fucked up, man.
Yeah. Oh, now it's totally different if you play GTA Online. You just call a girl over. She comes, hangs out, strips for you. It's, well, you do drugs and drink, as I always do in my nice penthouse apartment.
Wow.
And it's a good time.
Wow.
This is wild.
Video games. And we wonder why our youth is having so many issues these days. Oh, my God.
And here we are spreading the news.
I mean, it is what it is. We're just bringing...
It's literally one of the biggest games ever.
For sure. Huge game. Activision Blizzard, we've been talking about that last couple of weeks. The big deal with that was the FTC was auditing them, and I think I figured out what this is exactly, because it was the whole doesn't want to damage the player's experience as well, and I think that is directly related to Call of Duty. I think they were so worried because Activision Blizzard has a lot of huge properties, but the big one that we've been talking about is COD.
Yeah. And
Microsoft has come out and made a big statement about COD specifically. And I'm just going to go ahead and read it. This was posted from Microsoft's official account. To be clear, Microsoft will continue to make Call of Duty and other popular Activision Blizzard titles available on PlayStation through the term of any existing agreement with Activision. And we have committed to Sony that we will also make them available on PlayStation beyond the existing agreement and into the future so that Sony fans can continue to enjoy the games they love. We are also interested in taking similar steps to support Nintendo's successful platform. We believe this is the right thing for the industry, for gamers, and for our business. Now, do you think that was Microsoft saying, we're going to do this so that you don't audit us and tell us we can't buy them? Or is it what I think it is, and them just going, yeah, we want PlayStation's money too. We want PlayStation's money. We want Nintendo's money. We're happy to do this.
Quid pro quo, Crowleys.
Yes.
I'm thinking they're going to get something that used to be exclusive is now going to be on maybe both.
What do you mean? What
like
used
some
to be
kind of
exclusive?
property, like something that was exclusive to just Sony, may now come to Xbox as well.
Oh, like a certain web-slinging crime fighter?
I mean, you never know. Spider-Man or, Horizon Zero Dawn.
I would certainly put that on, which, by the way, Horizon Zero Dawn's new sequel, what is it, Forbidden West?
Yeah.
Instead of Zero Dawn, it's Horizon Forbidden West.
Yeah.
Got rated 9 by IGN. I've never played it. Looks interesting.
I've seen it. The first one looks pretty dope.
The lead character looks awesome. The actress looks like she's done a great job bringing that character to life. I watched an old streamer, Dado Does Destiny. I don't know if you know Dado, but I watched Dado play the first game through clips when I was just bored, and it looked pretty good.
Yeah, looks like a fun time.
But also, Call of Duty coming to Nintendo consoles. We could have Call of Duty on the Switch.
That's interesting. That's interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they want that, but Nintendo's kind of like, we don't need you. Right? I mean, they kind of do pretty well on their own.
They do and they don't. One of the reasons that Nintendo is successful is because of third-party help. So,
well, I think another reason
Microsoft.
that they're so successful is because they are icons in the game, and they have geared it towards families and children.
That's why I called it interesting, because it's like, so you think back to some of the games that were on like the Super Nintendo, not all of them were super clean fun. There were shooting games and all sorts of stuff, definitely still in the 2D pixelated realm of Nintendo video games. But I don't know. I think that it would be interesting if they were to go that route, because I feel like Nintendo has kind of created that brand that is like family safe fun.
Even if there's violence in it, it's cartoon style violence, and none of their characters, air quotes, die.
Right.
They just get knocked on their butt and get up, or say, game over, and then you see your hero looking sad.
If I'm not mistaken, Call of Duty was on the Wii.
Was it?
Yeah.
Huh.
The OG Wii.
I don't think it was. I want to ask you a question, being the other gamer in the room.
Ask away.
I'm sorry, because I don't think you can answer this question.
No, I probably can't.
What Call of Duty was the last Call of Duty that you were like, this is a fun game, where you really could throw hours into it and continue to play?
And to make my point, Call of Duty definitely was on the Wii.
Okay.
I remember it because you had to use that weird controller.
The little stick.
Stick, yeah. What was the question again?
What was the last Call of Duty you enjoyed? It was like, I'm going to spend hours playing this.
Oh, man. It's one of those weird things.
It's been a while for me. I know we probably got quite a few avid Call of Duty players out there, but I just couldn't be one. Ever since they started jumping in the exosuits and running on the walls, and kill streaks got crazy, and it just got too futuristic, and it just got on my nerves.
I played that for a while. All of those, just because of the friends. Like when I got my Xbox One again, we started playing that. I think it was Black Ops 3 or whatever it was.
Okay.
But the last one that really had like me excited, that I was like, oh, this is gonna be the shit. It's probably Modern Warfare 2. Modern Warfare 3.
I knew you were going to say that, because that was my answer too.
I've played on, and honestly, if they bring back Verdansk, Call of Duty, the Battle Royale is it's my jam, bro.
Really? I can't stand Battle Royale games, but we've talked about that.
Yeah, the actual games, though, itself, I rarely play them unless I'm trying to rank up a gun, and I only play shipment for the most part. I haven't bought Vanguard, and I haven't bought Black Ops.
I have no intentions of buying either one of those, but there is a sequel to the Modern Warfare franchise from 2019 that has been announced, confirmed. Warzone 2 has officially been announced as well.
Fuck yes.
So I just can't get behind Warzone, guys. I don't know why. I feel like if I can get shot from the back at any given moment, it gives me no incentive to do what I want to do.
It's playing with your head on a swivel. It's like basically jumping down, clearing them. We're going to have to play one of these days in a squad. Have you played in a squad?
I did play in a squad with our good friend Rhino, and he and other folks play differently than I play. I am in a battle royale scenario or a shooter scenario, relatively conservative, not a camper.
Oh.
But I am conservative with my decision making and what I'm doing, and there were too many times where gunfights were halfway going on when I was alerted to them, and then you're showing up to a bad situation.
Yeah, the comm's got to be on point, but we play like that somewhat sometimes, but most of the time, I'm the guy who just fucking sends it. Like, I am the, Ryan, there's 4 people in there. Yeah, no, don't worry, bro. I got this. Hey, guys, I'm down. You're going to have to buy me back.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm that
And
guy.
you, spoiler alert, didn't got that.
Yeah, I'm that guy. But it's just, nothing's more satisfying than when you win. Even though you get nothing, just knowing that you beat a whole 96 other chumps just makes you feel
hey,
good.
Fortnite's doing pretty okay.
Yeah.
It's just not for me. But the last bit of video game news that we had that I wanted to talk about, actually 2 things. There was Assassin's Creed Valhalla that had such a resounding reaction, and they had such a big, detailed expansion set for it that the expansion was so good, they decided to say, screw it, we're going to make that its own game.
I don't like that.
Yeah. I think it's going to follow one of the primary characters from Valhalla. So this is the thing, and I think we've talked about it on this show before. The problem with some open world games is it becomes so big that you're overwhelmed. You're like, I don't know where to go. Was there a point to me doing this? If I do this, is it going to matter down the road in the game?
That is typical of Ubisoft.
Yeah.
That's Ubisoft's problem. My thing I don't like is if you're going to take something and you're going to add content to a game and sell it for $20 oh no, we're going to take it and sell it for 80. It's kind of shitty.
Well, that's going to depend on the content, I would imagine.
Yeah, but I don't know how.
Especially if they're going to make a sequel in that same world. Like, what if they do that and they just are essentially adding new story to an already existing map?
I would probably be fine with that. But if I have to start all over again for the second sequel, you see what I'm saying?
Sure.
And start from scratch to do the same thing in a different world, I just don't get it. That's one of the reasons I got out of a lot of Ubisoft games.
Yeah.
Like playing The Division. I put in 2,300 hours in the first one. Played the second one. And had to start all over again. And I'm just like, you know what? Why? And I just put it down and never picked it back up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, that one just got too big for me. And I was like, I'm just not. Maybe I haven't played enough Assassin's Creed. But anyway,
I actually bought Valhalla. Haven't played it yet. On the backlog.
I have it, and it's good. But you're right. If I had to start over at any point, I'd be like, I don't know about this.
Yeah.
But anyway, Nintendo Direct was last week. That was a lot of fun.
Explain that to me.
So Nintendo Direct is like the Sony Expo or Comic-Con or whatever, although Nintendo always does it differently. Nintendo always puts out a video from the head of Nintendo, and then they just show you this 40-minute video of all the games that are coming.
It's
nice.
Get Hype Nerds, This Is Coming video. It's
Right.
pretty much
And
what it is.
it did not excite Mr. Ryan because there was one property that everybody expected to see that was not there.
Nope.
And that was...
Mario?
No. Your boy, Link.
Oh, Breath of the Wild 2?
Part 2 was not listed in the Nintendo Direct.
Ooh.
There was Xenoblade Warriors, which looks like... so Dynasty Warriors. Did you ever play Dynasty Warriors? I think we've talked about that.
I technically did not. I played it with my buddy a little bit.
Gotcha.
But he played it. I just kind of, if I came over,
So
hit things around.
now they've
again.
had Hyrule Warriors, Orichi Warriors. Now there's a Nintendo property that's jumping into the Warriors thing to where it's going to just be you as a hero walking into mounds and mounds of enemies and just mowing them down.
Yeah.
Is essentially the point of the game. So that was there, but the one I wanted to talk about was that Mario Brothers football bash or whatever it was.
Oh.
It's essentially like a soccer game.
Okay.
And you can customize a myriad of characters: Mario, Luigi, Peach, Wario, Bowser, Donkey Kong. You can put different gear on them. You can do 8v8 on one Switch if you wanted to. It looks like it's going to be quite the wild game.
Now, is it football or soccer?
Soccer.
Okay, so
Soccer for us Americanos.
I was going to say, so it is Mario Soccer. Because that's the game I've been waiting for.
That's coming out.
So, yeah, screw the golf game, man. That's soccer.
No, don't say that. Mario Golf is crazy fun.
Oh, I mean, I'm sure it is, but for me, I look forward to the soccer coming out more than I did.
This one is
tennis or golf.
This one's going to be pretty exciting. I mean, the way that they're showing it right now and all the hype that's coming around it, I'm definitely into it. But here's the interesting thing: we talked about Super Mario or Mario Kart 8, right? And the fact that Mario Kart 9, they say, oh, it's going to be crazy, but it's going to have a twist.
Yeah, we talked about this a few weeks ago.
What's the twist? So they announced they're going to do a racing map pass that you buy the pass. And you're going to get courses, 6 courses at a time. Guess how many courses they're adding to Mario Kart 8?
Probably like 180.
I've conditioned him to guess way high when I ask stuff like that. You're way over, but it's still
90.
a huge number, way over.
Oh God.
60?
Little bit under.
70.
48.
That's how many new tracks there
New
are?
48 new tracks coming to Mario Kart.
So we're going to get some like Pokemon.
Oh God, I hope so. I want a Pokemon Kart too. I want to see a little Pikachu riding around in Mario Kart.
So this is just for Mario Kart 8 and it's not a whole new Mario Kart?
Right.
Which I understand because people
I'm like,
are still buying it.
But here's the thing, why a new Mario Kart? Why would you do that? You mean you can add racers whenever you want. And the way video games are now, they're just getting serviced currently as you're playing.
Yeah. And my thing was, honestly, like, Mario Kart got boring.
Yeah, if you're not playing with a family or playing with a group, it's not really the greatest.
Like, what are you really playing for? Just other than just riding around, like...
Just to be a completionist and beat all the maps and get all the stars.
See, I want upgrades to my cart. I want to make my cart faster than the guy who doesn't play his stock cart versus me putting in time.
I don't disagree at all. And you kind of get that with the wheels you unlock and the carts you unlock.
But
and
they don't do anything. They're just cosmetic.
Not always.
As far as I know, they're just cosmetic.
We're going to throw on Mario Kart 8 here and see after this. But either way, I thought those were the two biggest announcements. Oh, and Wii Sports are coming back. I thought that was really cool. Golf, badminton, bowling. It's kind of like the old Wii game. Yeah. But those sports, the Nintendo Sports or whatever it is coming back. But there's a new controller for it. And I was like, yeah, no. If I can't play it with the controller I have, I'm not interested.
Yeah, I don't know.
I get the point. I get the point. They want you to be able to be active and move and play sports, but I've got gym equipment and a heavy bag in the backyard. I don't need Mario to get me up and get me moving. So I was just kind of like, this is cool, but...
We never really... I mean, like, we bought the Xbox Connect or whatever the fuck that was, and we never used that shit either.
Well, the Connect had a problem because every time you tried to talk, it heard everything in the entire house. And then people that were in a party that had a headset were like, turn the fucking Connect off.
Yeah,
but wasn't that meant for games like the Dance Revolution or whatever the hell it was called?
Yeah, it was.
And for all kinds of games.
It was meant for 2 or 3 games out of the category of, or the catalog of literally hundreds.
Speaking of, we still have it. It's over there.
Whatchamacallit? It worked for Madden as well. My buddies would be playing, you make a bad play and be like, fuck, you get a 15-yard penalty for cursing.
Really?
Yep. So my buddy would literally disconnect and take off his Connect so he didn't get penalties because he would be in the party and he used to use his Connect. And he was that guy, but then he would have to unplug it. He'd just go quiet. I'm like, what happened? He's like, I keep getting 15-yarders for cursing. So he had to undo it, which is kind of dumb, but...
You know what I say to getting 15-yard penalties for cussing?
Fuck it.
Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck it.
No, thank you. No bueno. Let's get into DC, huh? We got some beefy stuff to talk about today. Not for DC, of course, but pretty beefy. Let's get into, so in terms of DC, they dropped a promotional video, right? And they said 2022 is the year of heroes. And they showed some stills of some pretty cool stuff. Mainly from the Black Adam movie, because I think at this point we've all seen what's dropped from everything else.
I was going to say, is it Black Adam and then Flash? Like,
they didn't even show anything new from Flash, but yeah, it was Black Adam. But most importantly, we got a really stinking good look at Dr. Fate. We got a good look at Hawkman, who looks badass. We got a good look at Atom Smasher and Tornado, and of course more stills of Dwayne Johnson looking like somebody painted this costume on his big muscular body.
Are those all different characters in different movies, or are they in this movie?
They're in this movie.
Okay, I was going to say, because those guys I've never heard of and could really care less about.
Yeah.
DC don't make that movie.
No, DC's not going to make that movie, but Hawkman, I'm interested to see him come together and be a new property.
My guess is he's going to be a guy that looks like a hawk.
Yeah, you actually nailed it.
Does he shoot arrows, though?
What gave it away?
I don't know.
No, actually, he carries a giant mace and breaks people's bodies with it. I'm in. And I have a feeling Hawkman and Black Adam are going to fight.
Nice.
Bring it.
Yeah, bring it. I couldn't have said that better myself. Didn't see anything new from the Batman. Got to see Jason Momoa in the new Aquaman costume, which looks good.
Is it like classic
He keeps
style?
going in his typical Jason Momoa voice. What's more important than a king? A hero. I'm like, God, spare me.
You
dude.
even like did his eyebrows, like the thing where he like squints. A hero.
It's all part of the voice acting gig.
Yeah, but what did the suit look like?
It's all black. We've posted images of it on the Fache book and on the Instagram. Where you been?
Not on the Fache book or the Instagram.
Liar.
True.
Oh, but Robert Pattinson. We're done with it. Well, with DC after this, guys. You can calm down.
Oh, jeez. I'm falling asleep over here.
So clearly there's going to be a The Batman too, because
yes,
Robert Pattinson says, I want to take on Court of Owls in the Batman 2.
How can we have a 2 when we don't know if the first one's going to be any good?
Or if it's ever going to come out.
Well, typically, that one's already got a release date.
I know,
come
but
on,
it's
not
had
played.
3 release dates.
I'm telling you. No, you're thinking of Morbius.
No, it's not played, so it's going to happen.
The Batman kept getting pushed
when
back.
Blade comes out, you have to go to a midnight showing to see it. Just because you've been shit talking Blade and Mahershala Ali forever.
Yeah,
well, not shit talking them, but shit talking the fact that you didn't think this movie was going to happen.
They've been teasing it for forever. When I finally get it, I guess.
Yeah, so when you get it, midnight showing, you and me.
Hey, DC, you know what property I want to see too? Static Shock. Make it happen.
He also wants to see Red Hood. I'll just say that for him. So I want to see the Court of Owls too, because we've never seen that. I mean, it's going to be in the new Marvel Knights, but it makes it so it could be so fresh, right? Yeah. Because Court of Owls could be anybody.
Yeah, I mean, I
don't know much about them, so if I'm talking Judge out of my ass here, y'all let me know.
You know, you got an owl as the judge, an owl as the prosecutor, an owl as the defendant. I like it.
I don't think that's how it works.
It's Court of Owls. That's what else could it be?
A bailiff. A bailiff. As an owl.
A bailiff as an owl for sure.
Yeah.
Who are you?
The attorneys, owls.
And then just to make it a little crazy, they throw it in Hawkman.
Wow.
Boom.
Oof.
Quarter birds.
Cock in the hen house.
See?
Oh boy, you took that one super literal.
Yep.
Oh my gosh. All right,
this is
so
where we need Mark.
Here's what we're gonna do. Yeah, we need Mark because Mark will say, the Court of Owls is, and we'll all be educated for a minute, but not today. Not today, baby.
Now you get
I
Ryan's
did buy the book,
interpretation.
though. I have every intention on reading the book. I did buy the book.
Oh.
The Court of Owls.
So
book.
I have the book.
Yes.
I've had it for some time. I just haven't had a chance to read it, he said casually.
Because you didn't know it existed
he owned
in
it.
the house. It's on
But
that
that's a great
bookshelf where I put
storyline.
all my
a
other books.
lot of Batman fans like that one. So let's take our first break of the day. Then we're going to get into more stuff. We might go for a while. That we might need a second break here. I don't know. But we will be right back. Don't go anywhere. Seriously, stay right there. And we're back. Let's get into some TV and movie news. I actually had this all jumbled around, but the way this works out, there's just too much stuff to talk about in Marvel. Too much amazing stuff.
Always.
Oh, the WB is getting sued.
The Warren Brothers?
Warner Brothers. They are getting sued by Village Roadshow for allegedly sabotaging the Matrix movie by putting it on HBO Go. And they say that by them doing that, they were tanking the movie and just trying to inflate HBO Max's numbers.
It's a sabotage.
Do you buy it? You buy that? You think they were trying to sabotage it?
I think it's a good look and the way to get your movie out there. I mean, because right now, other than with the exception of Spider-Man No Way Home, you go into a movie theater, what's the most people you've seen in yours? I think 6 is like the most I've been in mine.
Yeah, it's not that crazy. And more people, not just because of COVID, but just because of the matter of convenience and how good these TVs are anymore. You're not missing out on much. You don't have to get in the car. You don't have to put pants on.
Yeah.
I don't disagree with that, but I'm just saying, look at the demographic.
But a lot of times it's a bad experience, especially if the movie's not good. Like, you know how mad I was at Eternals? I was like, bro, I just bought popcorn and this ticket. I'm out $50 to watch a shitty movie that I could have waited until it came out.
Yeah,
on
we
Disney
didn't
Plus.
do that. Did we see Eternals?
Yes, we did.
Oh, we did.
Yeah.
I didn't hate it. It wasn't the best movie ever. I'm wanting to do a second watch through.
I would not. I mean, like, I feel like I really, really enjoyed Spider-Man, aside from the asshole that was sitting next to me that wouldn't shut the fuck up.
Should have punched him.
I wasn't talking about you.
No, she wasn't. I remember who she was talking about. I remember their faces.
But I feel like I would have been just as excited, I guess, if we were watching it at home, because then we could have paused it and I could have been like, let's talk about what just fucking happened.
In which we wouldn't have done. We would
we probably wouldn't have. But we would have immediately watched it again.
Yeah. Run it back. That's going to be, when that movie comes out on DVD and I buy the whatever special $8 million version, I'm going to be like, run it back again. Yeah. And again, I'll be like DJ Khaled. Another one. Another one.
Yeah, but I mean, with the Matrix too, it's what? How many? 20 years plus since they've come out?
Yeah, and this is the fourth Matrix
clamoring
film.
And begging for the Matrix right now.
No, especially, some of the stories that came out about it beforehand. They're like, we're really going to just focus on all the visuals. We're not even really going to rehearse. Oh, okay, great. So I'm not really going to go watch your movie. I'm really going to go to HBO Max and watch it. I don't know.
You do anything else again? It better be John Wick. 79.
So, speaking of HBO and things coming to streaming, there's going to be a Blade Runner TV series called Blade Runner 2099 in the works at Amazon right now. It takes place, imagine this, Blade Runner 2099 takes place 50 years after the events of Blade Runner 2049. Really? I don't know if I believe that.
Isn't that how math works?
Is it in the title? But I don't think this is going to star Ryan Gosling or be quite so crazy. I don't know. We'll see.
Was Ryan Gosling in the other one?
He was in 2049.
I did not see
the original Blade Runner was Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford, I remember
and people
that.
have freaked out about that movie, and I have not seen either one.
Me neither.
I'm just, maybe we'll have a movie night.
Yeah.
We'll sit down and watch Blade Runner.
Sure.
Yeah, right after Blade comes out.
That's right. You're going to have a busy week. Blade Runner 49, then watch Blade Runner 2099, the series.
Put all the Blades in a row.
Oh, can we start from Blade?
Yeah.
Then Blade 2, then Blade Trinity.
I'll watch
Then we've got to watch the Blade TV series that was on HBO for a while.
I will happily watch all of the Blade trilogies, you know what I mean? Those movies, I love them. I actually just watched them
Trinity.
recently.
Blade Trinity was not good.
I don't care, but it had Ryan freaking Reynolds in it cracking jokes.
And Triple H.
Yeah, and Triple H. When did you see my dick? Gotta love it.
It's from the movie.
I know it is.
Yeah, it's
And it's
Ryan
got
Reynolds
Jessica
being Ryan
Biel
Reynolds.
in it. Can't go wrong.
Should have seen the way he said Jessica Biel. It was very, very tense here in the studio. Tom Holland, not on the news for Marvel yet. Wink, wink. But he wants to star in a live-action Jak and Daxter movie, which is a video game property owned currently by Sony. And he already said, I want to do it with A24 Studios, and I want it to be a very, very dark version of that game. That game looks very cartoony to me. It doesn't look like it would be that dark.
I don't know. I've never played Jak and Daxter, so I can't tell you what the game is based upon.
Well, clearly Tom Holland likes it, and he's working with, I believe, the director he's doing Uncharted with now, which Uncharted we're definitely going to watch.
Yeah, I'm down to watch Uncharted.
Yeah, we'll watch Uncharted for the show. Just for you guys, just because we want to deliver that A+ content, not because we want to watch it, but for you.
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg. Futurama fans? Are you a Futurama fan?
You can bite my shiny metal ass.
Yeah?
Oh, yeah.
So they can bite your shiny metal ass. You're not a fan.
I'm not a fan.
Wow. So that is one of the big iconic lines from Bender. And he is the reason for this
I fucking love Bender.
story. Because fans that found out that the show was being restarted at Hulu have started to boycott the show because the actor who plays Bender and the studio cannot come together on a good dollar amount for him to return to the role. So how do you feel about that as a fan?
Oh, I don't know. Like,
I really don't have sympathy for the studios because they're printing their own money.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm looking at the actor like, come on, man, what else you doing?
Yeah. But his voice is kind of iconic for that part. Like,
well, he's one of those characters that nobody else can really play him.
Yeah. And as soon as I hear it, I'm like, oh, that's Bender.
Yep. Is Matt Groening? I don't know if he's going to be doing the series still. Wasn't he the guy who created The Simpsons? Wasn't he the guy behind Futurama?
I don't know.
I mean, it's a very similar animation style.
Yeah, I don't remember. I just remember
I think it is. I don't know if he's involved in the reboot, but that's interesting.
It's one of those things where I fell into it. Like, I never really sat out to watch Futurama. It was on after something else, and I'm like, this is actually funny as hell.
Yeah.
And then just started to watch it.
Yeah. Yes. Here's some good news. Here's some Obi Wan Kenobi news. Apparently that series that's supposed to be starting here on Disney Plus has gotten a leaked release date of May the 4th.
What?
Yeah.
Is that a Wednesday?
Really a
Just
shocker?
coincidentally?
Oh, it might be. May the 4th be with you.
And what is this a release of?
This would be the Obi Wan series. Where
It is.
Says,
It is the 4th.
I heard it was the 25th because that would have been.
Is a Wednesday. May 4th is a Wednesday.
Oh, gotcha. Okay. But anyway, that was leaked by an employee who said, our very own Obi Wan will be saying hello there in May of 2022 on Disney Plus.
He'd just say May of 2022, and then people are just going to say it's the 4th because they think that that's what they're going to do.
I don't disagree with you. That could be the case. Because I did also see that it was going to be the 25th because that was a anniversary of one of the other movies that was done. So we'll see. But that was going to be a good one. And we've talked about this. Hayden Christensen is coming back to play Anakin Skywalker. Now, are those going to be flashbacks,
right?
you think? Or are those going to be... No, not in the 3rd iteration. Not in Revenge of the Sith, it wasn't.
I just remember him having like pretty braid in his hair.
Yeah, that was the second one, the Clone Wars. That's where he had the braid.
Okay, so it was the same guy then.
Yeah, same guy.
See, I know Star Wars.
Yeah, sure you do. But speaking of big releases, we had a couple trailers during the Super Bowl, 2 of which that we're going to talk about right now were the Jurassic World Dominion trailer and the Ring of Power trailer. Did anybody watch these?
I saw some. I've seen a few little previews for the Ring of Power.
Actually, I think the Jurassic Park thing I saw was the actual ad for the roller coaster.
The Velociraptor.
Was that during the Super Bowl?
The Velocicoaster.
Yeah, Velocicoaster.
Okay, I was gonna say my sister was over yesterday and she was super excited about the Jurassic World coming out.
That's how I got Megan to go out with me. I asked her if she wanted to ride the Velocicoaster.
That's not.
And she was like, "You'd bet your ass I do."
And he was like, "Clever girl."
No, she was like, "Clever girl."
Yeah, we
none of that happened.
It 100% happened. I have pictures somewhere.
Yeah, it happened.
I have pictures.
Who are you gonna believe? There's 2 against 1 here.
Yeah. Wow.
Anyways,
I'm not gonna lie, the Lord of the Rings looks pretty hype.
Lord of the Rings looks really good. I was excited to watch the series. Jurassic World Dominion.
Eye roll.
Big eye roll for me. I was like, okay. So Chris Pratt embraced out here. I had this conversation with a certain Robert Lambe, and we were saying it's just playing off of our nostalgia at this point.
Yeah.
You're throwing in Sam Neill, you're throwing in Jeff Goldblum, and you've got great actors that I think are going to end up just being in a subpar movie. Because at this point, in the beginning, the dinosaurs were animals and they were watching their patterns and all the things they were doing. And now they just become different colorful monsters to attack and eat people. Which, sure, that might be what happens. I don't know. But I'm just like, how many times are we going to go into this and it still seem like a fresh idea?
I want to know how many times can you actually talk somebody to going into an island or wherever it is with these crazy ass dinosaurs. And I'm thinking, yeah, nothing went bad the last 4 times I was here.
So in this one, it is no longer on the island.
Oh, okay.
Dinosaurs have essentially repopulated the earth. And there are a lot more dinosaurs than there were, and they are living all over the world. So they're showing a T-Rex running through a drive-in movie. They're showing Chris Pratt herding some of those herbivores. Those, I don't know what they're called, but he's, they're herding them in a field like cattle. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kind of like, okay, guys, whatever.
How does that happen?
Yeah, exactly. And that's where I'm just kind of like, okay, it is what it is.
How? I want to see how they even sell that to me. You mean to tell me that dinosaurs just, these gigantic things are just all over the world and nobody saw one and was like, hey, that's a dinosaur.
Yeah.
We need to do something about it.
How am I really in Jurassic World Dominion, I need them to be in like, rural Mississippi or Alabama. And go, that's a G-dang dinosaur, Gil.
No, you think that thing would be alive if that were the case?
Get my rifle. We're going to taxidermy this here T-Rex on my wall.
Yeah, that's exactly what happened.
The Ring of Power looks to add so much depth to the Tolkien universe. You see dwarves, elves, humans, you see orcs, you see all kinds of stuff. I think this is going to be a very fun show. A lot of new characters in an established world, which I think is going to be very, very good. Yeah, I just couldn't be more excited.
This is supposed to be before the rings were made, though, right?
No, this is the Rings of Power being made and given to the elves, the men, the dwarves. Oh. And then you're seeing the people who have them and their corruption and people around them that are influenced by these people. It's going to be interesting. I think it's going to be good. It really did show a much bigger world than I anticipated for Rings of Power. But hey, I'm down.
$1 million an episode. It better be good.
$1 million an episode. It better be incredible.
Definitely.
But people went crazy for the Lord of the Rings, for the Hobbit, for the Fellowship of the Rings, all that stuff.
Yeah, I still
so
gotta see
this
the
is going to
Hobbits.
print its own money, huh?
I still have to see the Hobbits.
The Hobbits, to me, were better than the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah, I just.
But then again, I read those books first, I read that one book first. So watching it, I was like, hell yeah, I'm into this.
I just have to carve out like 9 hours of my day where I'm not doing anything to watch them all.
I have a coworker that every year her family takes a couple days off. The whole family does. And they all sit and watch all the Tolkien movies and all the Harry Potter movies.
Who is this person?
Somebody that I work with.
I would want to hurt myself if I had to watch the Harry Potters again. I know you guys just turn the station, probably cut off your thing, and you guys hate me, but I cannot stand Harry Potter.
Oh, well, I enjoyed the books a lot more than the movies. The books are way, way better.
That's what they say.
Yeah, that's often the case. But anyway, that's all I got for TV movies. Can we get into Marvel, please? Can we talk about it
I
just a
mean,
little bit?
I've only been sitting here falling asleep.
Can we
waiting.
get into it? Falling asleep.
Wow.
It's close to my bedtime.
Wow.
Oh, boy.
I want
This
dessert and then my feet to be
lady.
rubbed.
So you want car
How's it
full
feel to
of
want? Yeah, no kidding.
I want that car cake.
Let's get into it, huh?
do it.
Lots of things. All the things. She-Hulk, the director comes out and says they're going to be playing with a lot more comedy in the She-Hulk series. Okay. Tatiana Maslany, I think, is a very talented actress. I don't think that would be outside of her
I was
wheelhouse.
going to say, I think they chose a pretty good character for that because I feel like she can be, she reminds me of, I mean, obviously she's older, but she reminds me of the way that the girl in Hawkeye played, to where she could be like
Kate
serious.
Bishop?
Yeah, that she could be like serious, but kind of comedic at the same time.
Yeah, and at this point, let's look at the tones of every single streaming series that we've had. They've all gotten really serious and really dark, except for the ending of Hawkeye, of course. I think having She-Hulk show up and be having some lighter moods to it, and clearly our boy is coming back. What's his name? Mark. Who plays the Hulk?
Oh, Mark Ruffalo.
Mark Ruffalo. He's in the series too. Probably not as a regular. Hopefully we see what happens with his arm, because obviously after Infinity War, Hulk's arm has not been seen in some time to know if he's healing or what's going on. But is he still dealing with those lasting effects from the snap? Who knows?
Shouldn't be.
I have a feeling he's going to be healed relatively soon. But I'm excited. I want to see a release date, but I don't have one yet. But speaking of big movies for Marvel, Spider-Man No Way Home and Shang-Chi have both been nominated for Oscars.
Ooh. Oscars.
When are we going to get a best film from a superhero franchise? Do we ever?
Honestly, after it didn't happen with Infinity War,
I know, that's,
I don't think they're ever going to get one.
I don't know.
I wish they would, but I agree with you. I think that Hollywood in general, even though they don't mind printing their own money off of these superhero movies, they're okay with still being snobby and turning their nose up at it, even though there's real emotion, real stuff happening on the screen, as well as all the fantastical special effects. And some of these stories are they're really fantastic. But I think you're never going to see a best picture.
Yeah,
I mean, like, No Way Home, I'd put it in there. But the criteria and the people guessing are going to be like, is this they're going to act like they don't know who Spider-Man is. Be like, oh, is this the little
So what's the
superhero?
reason behind that? Because, like, is it because of the CGI? Is it because it's from stories previously told? Like, what is this?
It's
What's the
because
reason?
people think that they have to do that artsy shit to win an Oscar.
I could
They
not
have to-
agree
yeah.
more.
Like the movie that you're watching, you're like, what? Oh, that was brilliant. They did this, and
Right.
okay.
Nowadays, you've got, well,
Bro,
this
Thanos
group of,
snapped and wiped everybody out.
yeah. And then they
I've
brought
never felt
everybody-
more like crazy than leaving a movie than anything I've ever watched in my life.
For real. At the end of that movie, I remember looking at you and go, holy shit, where do we go from here?
And I even knew it was going to happen, but I didn't know it was going to happen like that. I didn't think they were going to get rid of those people. And I'm just like, what the?
Yeah. and that's one of those things, because that will happen and everybody will feel that way with a movie. They're so hyped. It's been brought up by God knows how many other movies at this point. And it's such a big feeling and it's such a big payoff. And they're like, well, we're actually going to give Best Picture or Oscar to the one about the little Taiwanese boy who found out he was bi-curious in a world full of sweatshops. And it's called Go or something. You know what I mean? Like, nothing against that kind of movie, but that's definitely the way the Oscars like to lean.
Yeah, that's why I never watch it. I don't ever support it.
Yeah. I don't support it at all, but I would love to see some superhero movies finally get some love, man.
Yeah. Like the Dark Knight.
On a big level. There we go. And they only gave it to Heath because he died.
Yeah.
My firm belief. Yeah. I think they were playing into it. Sure. Did he deserve it? Absolutely. To me, he's still the greatest comic book villain that's ever been on the screen. But, I mean, come on.
I mean, when you talk to people and everyone talks about it, and people that don't know, like, bro, he's only on screen for 8 minutes that entire movie.
Yeah, exactly.
I'm like, what?
Yeah.
Even me watching it again the other day, I was like, I could have sworn he was on screen a lot more than that, but just his presence throughout that whole movie.
He just commands every frame that he's in.
And I'm like, that guy should have definitely won it.
Yeah. Let's get into some other stuff here. Tom Holland talking about how he wants to team up with Daredevil.
Yeah, that would be.
That's cool. Honestly what I've been wanting in the superhero universe. I want more of the team ups things to start happening,
and I think we're getting there.
I don't.
I mean, look
need all
at
the crazy stuff. I just want the Hulk and Wolverine and.
Oh
Spider-Man.
yeah, for sure.
Those team up movies, man. That's what I want.
You want more buddy cop style movies?
Yeah.
Tom Holland wants to team up with Daredevil. Charlie Cox said he believes that Daredevil and Kingpin have unfinished business.
Obviously.
Which I don't disagree with. Here's the direct quote from Charlie Cox. Look, I don't have any idea what anyone's plans are at this stage, but I presume there's more for Vincent D'Onofrio and me to do. I know a little bit, not a huge amount, but a little bit. That just tells you right there. There's plenty coming.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, people want this at this point. They want to see it. And also, the Defenders are leaving Netflix. Where do they land? Where are they going to go? All those series are starting to fall off, and then they're going to go somewhere. Do we see them go to Disney Plus? I see. Why not Disney Plus? Because all the old X-Men movies are on there now.
I think because of the content and because they're more mature. Like, you're not going to put Punisher or something that violent on Disney Plus.
Well, Punisher, maybe you're right, but Punisher was also on Netflix, and they're talking about other properties that are going to be showing up that are going to be more violent. I mean, let's think about it. Deadpool, that's not on there yet, but they're not going to pay him all that money and not put him in.
Yeah, that's why I'm thinking it's going to be Hulu. Still owned by Disney, just not on Disney Plus. You don't need the kid accidentally clicking on Deadpool, watching him getting banged with a strap on Women's Day. You know.
I do think we're going to end up seeing that on Disney Plus eventually. Certain properties, maybe not, but I do think we're going to eventually see that. Let's see. What else did we have? Russell Crowe joined the cast of Kraven the Hunter alongside Aaron Taylor Johnson, who's already played Kick-Ass and already played Quicksilver, and now he's going to play Kraven the Hunter in a solo movie in the Sony universe. Who do you think Russell Crowe's going to play? His dad? Bill the Hunter?
I don't know anything about Kraven the Hunter, to be quite honest.
So Kraven the Hunter is a Spider-Man bad guy who is an elite level hunter that's tackled all the most dangerous game on the planet, and then he sets his eyes on a different kind of animal, i.e. Spider-Man and Venom, and then he goes to these big cities and hunts them and tries to kill them.
Yeah, I mean, I know about that. I don't know, about his dad or...
his family and backstory. No, I don't know much about that either.
Because to me, he reminded me of Van Pelt from Jumanji. That's how I feel about him.
Oh, gosh. It's kind of the similar thing, too.
Exactly.
So, in this scenario, Alan Parrish is Peter Parker.
Yeah. Just I
dig
it.
Know. Norman Reedus come out to say he's got his fingers crossed that he's going to play Ghost Rider. Do you think he's just trying to keep his name out there and keep it, hey, Ghost Rider, remember me? I ride motorcycles.
Hey, first you finish making Boondocks 3, then we'll talk about Ghost Rider.
No, I disagree with you. You can definitely jump to Ghost Rider on that one. I didn't even see Boondock Saints 2.
Good.
Just because it doesn't sound like a good movie to me.
I absolutely loved it.
Everything was so good about the first one that I was like, you know what? We're not going to mess with this. We're going to leave it as it is.
Do yourself a favor and watch it.
Jeez.
It's definitely a nod to people who loved the first one and actually end solid, which is why I want a third one.
Oh, okay. We'll see. I thought it ended just fine, but that's just one man's opinion. Hey, do we know who Anthony Ramos is? I think he was in that most recent musical that was also a movie. It was about Hispanic culture and dancing and all that other kind of stuff. Do we know who that is?
Mm-mm.
I saw his face and recognized it, but he has been cast in Ironheart in an undisclosed role. And I kind of asked the universe, who do we think he's going to play?
Oh, In the Heights is what he's
In the Heights, that was it. Yeah. And
Hamilton.
And Hamilton. So there you go. A lot of people are saying he's going to be Miles Morales. What? No, he's not. He's going to be somebody closer to the Ironheart, I feel. I don't think they're going to introduce a character like Miles Morales on Disney Plus. Do you?
No. And I honestly think if they do the Miles Morales, I think they're going to do something more true to Miles, like who has the black and the Latin descent.
Yeah.
But no, I don't think they do it like that.
I don't either. I don't think Ironheart. I think that would take all the hype away from Ironheart if they did that. Don't you? I mean, that's just my one man's opinion.
Who has hype for Ironheart? I don't even know what Ironheart is.
Ironheart is the young lady who takes the torch from Iron Man.
I'm thinking Reinhardt. No.
Reinhardt? Hammer down!
Yeah. No. Yeah, that
Yeah, no.
I'm waiting for that,
no.
actually.
Yeah, I mean, me too. I want to see it. But with that being said,
we're getting into the
Mr.
big
Ramos.
topic right now, right? I know we don't
I'm
have like a big
excited.
topic of today, but we're getting into the.
Oh, our big topic was trumped. It was originally going to be more about Nintendo Direct, and then all those games that came out. However, the Super Bowl put some meat and potatoes on our plate.
Yeah. I got lots of stuff.
Talking about
topic.
the second Moon Knight trailer that dropped.
Oh, I don't care about
And
that one.
Oscar Isaac coming out and saying, this is the first character study since Iron Man. And what he means by that is Iron Man 1 was very closely following Iron Man and all of his flaws and all the things that he did. Everything else has had kind of a bigger universe around it. Iron Man was one of those. He goes, this is the second case study that we're done. And then they talked to Kevin Feige. And they're talking to him, and I kind of hinted at this a moment earlier when you said, where are the Defenders going to go? And Kevin Feige said, it's been fun to work with Disney Plus and see the boundaries shifting on what we're able to do. There are moments in the series, and this is from Empire Magazine, by the way, there are moments in the series where Moon Knight is wailing on another character, and it's loud and brutal, and the knee-jerk reaction is, we're going to pull back on this, right? No, this is a different thing. This is Moon Knight. And we got one of my favorite things. We got to see a still of Moon Knight in the suit, like the white business suit. So we're going to see a couple different types of Moon Knight. I'm super stoked for this. I want to see a release date. Did they give it a release date? What is it, May 6th? Something like that?
No, March 30th.
March 30th?
Yep.
So much faster than I thought. Oh, my God. This is going to be a good one. This is the most high-profile actor that's played one of these roles, other than, I think, maybe Tom Hiddleston. Do we agree with that? No? Okay, great. Mm-hmm. I think Oscar Isaac is a pretty big actor to be in this series.
I think so, but I don't think... Well, I don't know. I guess Tom Hiddleston kind of is big more so because of his Loki role, yeah. So, yeah.
Okay. Biggest thing that I want to talk about. This is the reason that everything got kind of shifted around today. And by the way, If you're looking at this episode and you start looking at the episodes and you're like, wait a minute, these look kind of funky. It's because I went in and updated everything. We had episodes in numeric order. Then we had the newsies in different order. And it just is starting to get a little convoluted. So if you see all the episodes go in there and update, that's why. Okay? But you'll love it. It's fine. Now we can talk about this trailer from Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness.
I've literally been waiting.
This is one of the craziest trailers I've ever seen. Did you get a chance to see this one?
Nope, I don't watch trailers, man.
Okay, so do you not want to hear all the cool shit that was hiding in the background of this thing that people have been slowly dissecting for the last few days?
If you don't want to, now's the time to hit the bricks.
Is this it?
I mean, it definitely doesn't spoil the movie. But well, maybe, who knows?
This is 3 minutes of footage of obviously a 2-hour movie. So
this absolutely confirms, and not that we didn't think it would be. The damn thing is called Multiverse of Madness, but this shows some serious ass multiverse leaks, spoilers in the trailer, in the posters,
a lot of crazy stuff. So without further ado, we're gonna just get into it here. So you see a Doctor Strange waking up from a dream sequence, saying that he's had the same dream every single night, and it's America Chavez who is being bound by something, and Defender Strange there with her having these conversations or whatever it is. So I think we are seeing something happen with Defender Strange, and that continue to go to Stephen Strange, our Stephen Strange, in this Earth or whatever. And things are just pulling at the seams. There are so many references, I feel, to the fact that in Spider-Man No Way Home, Doctor Strange opened up the Pandora's box.
Oh, yeah. And I think that if you watch the What If series, I think that a lot of that is coming to the MCU big screen.
I think some elements of it are for sure.
There were some definite zombie sort of feels and looks in some of that. There is some rumors, which is pretty much proven, but in the new poster that they put for Doctor Strange, there's like shattered glass all around him.
Yeah.
And in one of the pieces of shattered glass, you can see Captain Britain's shield.
Yep.
So obviously that's from What If.
But the biggest hit I felt was watching Doctor Strange arrested and being escorted, which what looks like, you remember in Avengers 2, the little Iron Man soldiers?
Yeah.
He looks like he's being walked through with those. And it looks like a fucking Illuminati building.
Mm-hmm.
And when he walks in, who addresses Doctor Strange other than Professor fucking X as Patrick Stewart?
Yeah.
You look to the left of him. There is a gentleman whose face is shrouded and you can't see it. But if you look at it close, there is a circle with a number 4 sitting in it.
Oh my God, I missed that somehow.
So Reed Richards.
We
Fantastic
are opening up
Four.
the Fantastic Four and X-Men.
Professor Xavier. And then you see a gentleman flying through the air and fighting against Wanda Maximoff. And if you play Marvel's Avengers, you know that costume looks eerily similar to Superior Iron Man.
And if you pause and zoom in on that face, it's Tom Cruise.
It does look like Tom Cruise. But we are dealing with so much crazy crap. And we haven't even gotten into like the Baron Mordo aspect of it.
There's a part of that, I think it was actually in the trailer, where so for anybody who watched, which is probably all of you, who watched WandaVision,
yeah,
at the end when she's in her full suit and she's sitting on the floor of her home from the movie WandaVision, and there is a very distraught looking, like, later into the episode's version of Wanda herself standing over her, and there is rumors going, because there were people that were zooming in on that too, that it looks like it's the zombie version of Wanda that's standing over her.
I don't think that's it, personally.
She looks like she's been like beaten up, so that's why people can't tell if it's...
I do think there are going to be multiple zombie versions of certain characters in this one.
There's another one where Doctor Strange and I think it was Captain Britain or somebody was fighting him, And there's a point in time to
America
where like
Chavez.
yes, and there's a point in time to where like half of his body looks animated, like and there's like the whole world around them looks shattered, as if he's literally like they're fighting in between the different multiverses.
Right.
Oh my god, there's
So-
gonna be so much shit happening in this movie. I'm gonna feel like I'm on LSD.
First and
That's
foremost,
Soberly.
what I'm so
Soberly.
worried about.
the first Doctor Strange was so wild in terms of visuals. I mean, to me, Thor had the cake of all the amazing visuals with Asgard and all the stuff that they did, the Rainbow Bridge, the Destroyer. I was like, man, that's going to be hard to top. And then Doctor Strange comes up and says, hold my magical beer, and dominated. Then you have other movies like Guardians that just keep growing. But this one, it looks like it's going to take the cake. But here's the crazy thing, too, is there is no clear-cut villain yet. We don't know. This trailer didn't get us any closer to figuring out who the villain might be. More I watch, the more I think, the more it's going to definitely either be Doctor Strange himself for whatever reason, or it could be Wanda. There are going to be a lot of outside elements, but damn, this trailer dropped all kinds of hype on this movie, mainly the Illuminati. The fact that they're going to even reference them or show them.
That's kind of wild.
And Superior Iron Man has an Infinity Stone in the comics.
Yeah,
I mean,
he
he's
does.
just got one. So I don't know if that's part of his power. Maybe he's got kind of some Captain Marvel-esque thing. They're also talking about, there was a scene that looks like it's Captain Marvel fighting Doctor Strange or America Chavez. I mean, this is going to be, you talk about you want to see more team-up movies. This is going to be another one.
I want to see team-ups of just two people. I don't need 47 guys on screen.
Well, I don't think you're going to get 47, but you like No Way Home, didn't you?
Yeah.
I
but
mean,
even that
shoot.
was still a little much.
I disagree. I think this is going to be a really good movie, and we're going to see a lot of things that we've been asking for, a lot of things that we've been wanting to see, and what other than Multiverse of Madness could we look at that wouldn't be an amazing movie? I mean, where else do they fit in? I don't see anybody. I don't see anybody that could broach that gap quite like Doctor Strange. I mean, what do you think? I mean, hearing Professor X makes you wonder a whole bunch of things. Are we going to get...
Hearing Professor X kind of honestly, it makes me a little bummed.
Why?
I would have liked them introduced in a different way.
So this is a different universe, too. So this isn't going to be
Fair.
clearly the one from Logan.
Fair.
Because... And it's not going to be the one from X-Men Days of Future Past or anything else.
But I mean, just from Mars where the Avengers were in that one, and X-Men didn't seem to be around to just... Oh, yeah, no, they've been there the whole time. I don't know how I feel about it.
So this is why I think the alternate Earths and alternate dimensions are a good thing, because then you have an explanation as to why these top-tier teams aren't there. Right? We've said that before.
Yeah.
This is why there's been no Fantastic Four showing up when the world-ending stuff is happening. This is why the X-Men, because you're going to see consequences of things that have happened in our MCU that went differently in another MCU. Know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Those people are saying that those bots that are walking him is a working, functioning version of Ultron, which would be wild. I don't know. I think the hype train is leaving the station for old Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Maybe.
I'm excited to see it. I know she's excited to see
I
it.
am.
Somewhere out there in the universe, the Cyborg is excited to see it. I know you're excited to see it.
I'm just waiting to see.
He's just waiting to see Blade.
Yep. Now,
you
if
know-
I see Blade in there, I might
You might what?
be a little excited. Like, hey, maybe.
Hey, that there's Blade. Anyway, that's going to do it for us, guys. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Alter Ego Podcast. Check us out on Facebook, Instagram, Spotify, Apple, YouTube. Everywhere you find your podcasts, we'll be there, waiting, watching.
Patiently or impatiently. We're not sure.
Catch you next time.